if you were to present a strategy to me, what would it be composed of generally? Like when you say, all right, let's talk about the overall thing. What does a client see when it's like digital strategy?
For me, naturally, well, give me a goal. Like, what's the goal? Like, are we trying to create
More sales.
more
Everybody
more
says
sales?
we need more sales, Shanice.
So that lets me know on the funnel where you're at. So I guess you're looking for conversion at that point. But what you need to realize before conversion, there is consideration and there's brand awareness. So I would have to come in and assess your brand. Where are you at? Is your website up to date?
Yep.
Are you putting out emailers? Are you posting on social media? And then there's consideration. What makes you different from your competitor? What is the value proposition? And is that on your website as well? Are you communicating that so that people consider you over the other brand, right? And then we tie that all into your strategy. So if you want more conversion, well, I know that I have to create specific pieces of content, right? And with the right messaging. And then I would share that on social media, depending on where you're at in your business. Say your website's wonderful, you've got all your contact forms done, that's all together. And then we are then sharing your content now on social media. And then it bodes well. People love it, right? Well, then we're like, well, maybe instead of just organically, we need to also boost it. So that's part of the tactic now, right? We're doing things that go tie back into your overall goal, your overall plan of action. And that is how I generally will tie things all in together. So we started out with thinking about where you're at, what do you need to do? Then it led into us actually doing something actionable, right? Which was creating the content pieces and posting them, seeing how they are working and measuring them, and then throwing money behind that so that it performs well and it gets to the right audiences. And that's generally how I would create like an online marketing strategy. It's letting your social media and the internet do the work for you and get your name and your business and the value out there so that people will convert and consider you.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Tom is at a loss for words
No,
here,
I was thinking
which is very rare.
I was thinking of two things, and I'm like, should I say the one thing first or the other thing? That's what happened. There was kind of a moment like where what it was is I was like, as I was listening to you, I fully agree. After a decade of being in this space, you understand, aside from the key components of a strategy or key components of a plan, you start to understand what questions business owners will potentially ask you because yeah, I get it, Shanice, Shanice, but how? Or like, okay, yes. So generally to just layer on what Shanice just already mentioned, these are the pieces of information that lay out the foundation of what it really is. But a good strategy would also give you an indication of cost and budget. A good strategy would also give you an indication of timetables. Again, these are all forecasted. The internet is a massive blob of unknown things, right? And so you cannot.
But the great thing about it is there's analytics. So
there is.
Yeah. 15 years ago, we were doing it in a way where we didn't know whether or not the print ad got calls, or the billboard got noticed, or we didn't know if that was effective. But now with digital marketing, you can measure those things. And that's what's so great about internet marketing. I know how many views I got, how many impressions there were, how much the video was engaged with.
Absolutely.
I can see the online forums and count how many people wanted to actually, come in and learn more or meet with someone. I know how many appointments were made, how many phone calls were made, because that's all tracked online as well. So that's the cool thing about it. We're actually able to track all of this and see if our strategy actually works.
And even if the internet, so the massive blob of unknown, and Shanice was just highlighting that there is an ability to measure results, actions, behavior, etc. But like it being an unknown, a plan always has to have kind of your fundamental basics, but it also has an area where it is a bit more agile, where the agency, the business owner is ready to react, because as you go through any kind of project, any, from organic to paid to SEO to websites, any of these, there are so many unknown things in the different progress areas of these projects, of these undertakings, these campaigns. And as you go through these unknowns, you have to be ready to react and accept the fact that you're not really in control. You are a boat in an ocean, and you're navigating and you're figuring stuff out. And that's why you need extra eyes, extra brains, extra hands to do these things, to deploy a strategy. Strategy is just the starting point of an organic document, or like an organic plan that may evolve over time.
You got to pivot. Absolutely. You got to be able to pivot every time, because it changes because of so many variables. Sometimes a product you might think starts off for a particular group, and then another group actually shows greater interest and will adopt that product. And then you find yourself pivoting, right? Like you might launch a new app and you think this app is going to be appealing to, single mothers who are looking for work. But then you realize there's college students that are also looking for work and are more likely to adopt the concept of looking for work on an app, right? So there's where the pivoting and the tailoring come in. And that's where you need an agency that can jump on that and help you tailor that messaging, help you create content that resonates with that audience. You just have to be flexible and kind of let your audience dictate what it is that they want from your brand. I think we went into that last time as well, where we talked about that. The voice of the customer is ultimately the most important thing when it comes to your strategy.
Strategy is such a broad word. But honestly, if I were to just explain it to a fifth grader, I would just say it's a plan. All right.
It's a plan.
It's a plan. And you're thinking to yourself, how is that valuable? How's that something that you're so proud about? Like, well, as it turns out, human beings love to plan.
Yes.
But are not as great at it doing it on their own.
Yes.
And so,
or following it.
So when we say digital strategy, it's similar to kind of you fixing your own plumbing versus you hiring a plumber, like when you fix your own plumbing, you could fix it, but it's going to take you a longer period of time. You're probably going to go through a bunch of different wrong materials or tools. And then when you do fix it, it may or may not be as good as what a plumber would do.
Yes.
And you may cause other problems or you may ignore other problems that are underlying, or you may cause other problems that has a cascade effect. That's the difference when a plumber comes in and goes, all right, you have a bathroom sink lavatory situation, but let me check how all the pipes are. I have a process. I know what tools to bring. It's already in my truck. I know what materials we're going to get to fix this little thing, and let me run some tests when I do it for you. And I will give you expectations of what may go wrong if we don't address other things. Bro. Okay. You can't YouTube that. You can't YouTube that.
You can't. No, you really can't. When it comes to marketing, there's just some things that you, as a marketer, you just pick up along the way, and you just learn how to fine tune and finesse and do it quickly so that it does work and it does provide positive results. So, like you're saying, there's just some things you just can't YouTube. Like, look, marketing is ever evolving.
How long have you been doing this? Like in totality, like being in the space of marketing, design, whatever. It's gotta
be, I think maybe over 15 years.
All right. Yeah. So we have the same number of years under our belt total. We've paid the stripes. Okay. We've earned the stripes. Okay.
Yeah.
We are battle tested, battle scarred enough to be proactive and to be able to see beyond a business owner could a little bit, maybe.
Yes.
Not like we're, whoa, Yoda. No, not really. We've had our fair share, and that's what we want to bring to the table.
Exactly.
Folks, we're about to wrap up here, but I do know that we have had some buzzwords on this video. So Shanice and I promise that we will explain them on the next one. add that as a
Yes.
segment on our little video,
Yeah.
like pivoting and strategy and
And tactics.
and analytics and data.
Funnel.
What does it all mean?
Absolutely.
Well, hit the bell, hit subscribe, give us a like, give us a comment, whatever it is. Happy to see you, and we'll see you on the next one. Later, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.